Hi, welcome back to Raised Flora. Today I'd like to show you progress of my golden crown seedling which I had bought a few months ago. This is the seedling. I'm sure you've seen another video of mine where I showed that I've got the seedling from a nursery. Now, since then, unfortunately, the seedling hasn't grown much. As you can see, it's got 4 or 5 leaves at the end, and we wired the branches hoping it'll grow, but then we didn't see much coming out of it. So I tried different soil. I tried clay, because this clay comes from the Gangetic plains, and it's supposed to be very, very fertile. It comes from my hometown, Kolkata. So I tried with this, but again, after a month, about 2 months, I have not seen the progress I was hoping to. So what I did was, I uprooted it from this pot, and I was actually going to use the usual mixture of 30% the gravel, 30% of sand, and another 30 to 40% of potting mix and manure. I think that would work out well. Now, another thing that I noticed just when I was going to pot that is the root of the plant feels soft. You might not get this on camera, but it is soft. It is actually going in. So I thought maybe it's best that I see what the root feels like, or see whether there's any rot in it. What I did was cut a slice of the root just to see whether it's black or not. Now you can see there's some sap coming out of the root, and the root looks white. So it gives me an understanding that it hasn't rotted yet. So I think I have caught the plant, uprooted that just before it rotted. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some cinnamon powder. Let me show you. This is cinnamon powder, ground cinnamon. I keep it with me because it works very well as an antifungal. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle some cinnamon powder on top, and I'm going to keep this plant in the shade for about a couple of days before I repot that. Now you can see that I had actually started working on the repot, but looking at the condition, I think it's better I wait until the plant feels a little better than it is. This is a recovery area for this plant. Well, it's just a fancy name for a side of my apartment which is right next to the window and the balcony here. The good thing is it allows for some diffuse sunlight to come in, which is good for the plant. Not direct sunlight, because I've seen it kind of shrivels up the plant. And the root has hardened up a bit. It's not as soft as it was. It's been 4 days it's been lying here. So next would be to repot this plant in new soil, and we'll see how it goes from there. Well, now for the next stage, that is potting my golden crown seedling. You can see we had cut this part to see whether there had been any rot, and I had applied some cinnamon powder. It's been almost 5 days now, and it looks like it's healed. It's dry, and the root is still slightly soft, but not as soft as it was on the day when I uprooted it. Now I have created a different kind of mix. It's got more sand with the soil. So this is about what you've seen earlier. So now I'm going to pot the plant back in, which is pretty straightforward. Give it some soil at the bottom to prop it up. Let's see where it's going to fit in. Yeah, that looks fine. It's going to fit in here. Alright, so I'm going to hold the plant and apply the soil on all sides. Okay, so this soil has got less water retention capabilities because of the higher percentage of sand in it, but it will just keep the root moist enough for it to get some water. And I guess that's what adeniums love. They don't like water to make the root feel wet. I'm just going to plane out the top. At this time, I have actually covered the roots fully underneath the soil because I think roots fare better more under soil. Once the plant actually catches up with its growth, then I can think of pulling it slightly up above the soil line and keep moving it up that way. So going to water it slightly, make it a little wet. You could try using a pressure spray or maybe half a cup of water. And that's about it. And we'll see how it grows from here. That's it from Raised Flora. Thank you. Bye-bye.